All right, how to sell products in your sleep. I know we're all in love with this facade of the laptop beach lifestyle thing. The reality is though that if you have a laptop on the beach, you did it wrong, right? In this video, I'm gonna teach you how I actually get autopilot sales, and it shocked me how it happened because it was very different than what conventional wisdom says. Let's dive in. All right, the first time I woke up with like sales in my hand and I was literally sleeping in the night, it was one of the coolest experiences I'd ever had in my life. I was like, oh my gosh, this internet thing is global. Oh, that's right, I already knew that, but like it validated a lot, you know what I mean? I was like, this is awesome. All these false beliefs just started melting from my head, and I was like, oh, it was actually from affiliate marketing was the first one, the first dollar ever. And I woke up and I was like, what? And this is real, right? Remember that feeling if you sold on the internet, that first dollar you ever made? Well, in college, I was taught that businesses have a soul, right? And that don't offend the soul of the business. And I gotta tell you, I think that's garbage, okay? Companies, businesses, they're just a series of 3 systems. And in this video, I'm gonna walk through what those 3 systems are. You need these 3 systems or you will not get automated sales. Even before I got on and turned this camera on with YouTube today, I had sales last night. I woke up and I was like, sweet, check it out. Right? While I was filming yesterday also, sales came in, and it's only because of these 3 systems, and I wanna show them to you. A guy once who told me, Steven, open up your Facebook and click on your friends. Those are leads. And I was like, what? No way. Look how many leads I have. Pure garbage, right? Total garbage. Those are not leads. What is a lead? A lead is someone who has intent. All right, there's a big difference too. Think about this. Let's say that you go and you open up Google, you type something in, and you click on the first thing there, and it says, hey, put your email in and we'll send you this PDF about X, Y, and Z. So you go and you put your email in, you get the thingy, and now suddenly you're getting approached to go purchase all this other stuff that you hadn't even heard of. That's one of the biggest fallacies of the internet. There is a huge difference between an opt-in and a lead. Leads have future intent to purchase something, whereas an opt-in is just someone who gave their email address for something or gave their contact information. So to sit back and say, look how many opt-ins we get. I have 5,000 people opting in every month. That means I have 5,000 leads. No. The difference, again, strong difference, is that an opt-in and a lead are different because a lead knows about the product and is asking and has some interest in it. So what your job is to create machines on the internet that, yes, you can get opt-ins for sure, but you need to get opt-ins and interest around the product. Does this make sense? There's a guy who, John Parks, one of my friends, he runs the ads for ClickFunnels, right? They spend like millions of dollars a month on Facebook ads, right? Amazing guy, super cool guy. He was telling me about a story once where he was approached by a guy who said, man, John, I don't know what's going on with my ads account. My ads account is, something's up with it. You know, we're getting a lot of clicks, but nobody is buying. And stick with me, all right? This is a little weird one, all right? Here we go, all right? Well, he goes, well, show me the ad. And he shows him the ad, and it was barely PG-13, all right? It was, that picture sold something very different. He was getting clicks like crazy on Facebook, but when he got to the next page, it was like for real estate. He's like, wait a second, dude. No. That's not how this works. There needs to be some congruency in this. You can't go out, just because you're getting clicks, just because you're getting opt-ins does not mean you have leads. And what you need to solve, the first problem to solve, and the first problem every business needs to solve once their product is out, is how do you get leads? And a lead, again, is somebody who has intent to know about and maybe purchase the thing that they in the future. Okay, so divide that in your head. That's a big fallacy in our internet marketing world, massive fallacy. Just because they opted in does not mean that they're a lead. So what's your job? Your job is to sprinkle some bait out there, right? Your job is to get them to come to you. Your job is to say, hey, do you have this problem? Because we could probably solve it. And they go, oh, interesting. Tell me more. Not, hey, here's some bait right here. Where's your wallet, right? And that can feel that kind of that way. And so system number 1, okay, a business is a series of 3 systems. And the first is, it's a system that gets leads for you. It's a system that gets leads. And that can happen very powerfully and automatically on the internet. System number 2. Once I was broke as a joke. I was riding my bike back home from campus because we could not afford another car. And I had been studying internet marketing. I was studying internet marketing and quite a lot before I even went through any classes or anything on that. And I was mostly through YouTube, funny enough. I had a YouTube education on internet marketing, so you're in the right place. And I was studying and studying. I was learning a lot about internet marketing. And I remember I was riding my bike back to our little apartment, my ex-wife and I was going back there and just, like I was judging businesses. All right. I remember I was looking to my side and I was like, man, I know what I would do in that business. Right. I'm like squeaking along, the broke kid on the bike, judging companies. And I was like, hey, I know what I do in that business. I know what I do in that business. I had no place to do that. What was interesting is on that bike ride, I asked myself, I've been studying this internet marketing thing for a while now. Like, how many of you guys have been doing this for a while? You've been studying and been learning for a while. And then I asked myself a very key question. Why am I still broke? Why am I still broke? I have no idea why I'm still broke. And I started like really diving into this. This was like a introspective bike ride, okay? And I was like, like all dramatic and crap. I'm like, why am I still broke? My gosh, like this sucks to be this poor and to be this much in debt. And it was hard. It was really, it was challenging for me. And I realized on that bike that you couldn't accidentally pay me. You know what I mean? There wasn't even an order page up anywhere on the internet. There was not a credit card form. Someone couldn't trip, slip, fall, wallet fly out of the pocket, credit card come out, and then swipe through the credit card swiper. Like that, there's like no scenario you could have actually gotten money from me. And I was like, I should probably start asking the market for money more. Right? Like how simple of a concept, but you might be stuck in that trap too. I was stuck in a learning loop. And so you really need 3 things. These are microsystems that you have to have in order to do this second system. Okay, so here's the 3 microsystems you need in order to actually get paid. All right, the first thing that I was barren of, it was a sales message. I didn't even have a sales message. I wasn't pitching anybody. I wasn't asking for anyone's money. When I was a door-to-door sales guy, we had this metric that if I just knocked 100 doors every day, I was probably going to get a sale or 2. Just of somebody who's a lay down sale. They're like, yeah, I was selling pest control. Yeah, I got bugs. How much is it? Cool. Don't care. Come back. Sweet. I'm in. You know what I mean? Lay down sale. Just by virtue of the volume of people I pitched, I would probably start getting some sales, right? And so I was not pitching anybody. I wasn't even asking for lay down sales. I wasn't even asking for someone who's like, yeah, I'd buy that with no resistance. You know what I'm saying? How many people are you pitching every day? So the first microsystem that I did not have was I had no script. I had no sales pitch out there. The second microsystem you have to have in order to pull off the second overall macro system. The second one you have to have is an order page, right? As I talked about before, you need to have an order page. Is there a place for somebody to come in and it says, here's the recap of what you'll get, right? Here's the actual order page, and then boom, here's the button you can click after you put your credit card in. I didn't even have that up. Now here's the third one. The third one you have to have in order to actually do the macro system of number 2 here. The third one you have to have is you need to have follow-up. Let's say somebody started purchasing and then stopped. They had interest so far as to pull out their credit card and start filling out stuff, and then they're like, There's automated follow-up systems you can do on the internet to reach back out to that person and say, hey, what was the major issue? And save the sale, right? There's also a fault that you can do that if they did buy, it says, hey, do you want the next thing? Those easy systems, meaning it's not me. I'm not the system. I build the system. Those little easy systems right there are awesome because it relieves me from having to be that person. Before I show you the third system, which you have to have or it will not work, guys, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. I watch the stats every day. I appreciate it. I'm looking at the engagement of this. I'm looking to see if it was valuable for you. And I don't know if it is if you don't do anything. So click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification because we put these videos out every weekday. And then in the comments below, I think it'd be cool. Do you remember the first time you ever made $1 on the internet? Tell me about that experience down below. That changed my world. One of my business coaches has been Alex Sharfin, and I love something he told me, which is that he said, Steven, you need to treat fulfillment as marketing. And when you treat fulfillment as marketing, it makes the next sale really easy. So here are 2 simple things that I put in place to make sure my fulfillment rocks. The first is, let's say that you went in and you just put your credit card in and you purchased. What happens next? Right? I don't want to just stop communicating with that person. That's not the right answer. So what we do is when somebody buys, I create what I call a consumption series. Meaning, just because you purchase it, right? Think about the first time you ever bought an iPhone. Do you even know all the tricks and the tools and the gadgets and the cool things that an iPhone can do? I don't. I definitely don't. There's so many little things that they've got inside there. There's a lot of stuff. And so what did they start doing? Remember when the new iPhone updates pop up and it's like, hey, here's a quick guide on some of the newest features, right? It's a consumption guide. It teaches you how to consume what it is that you've actually purchased. And so that's what we've started doing. When somebody buys, there is a consumption series walking somebody through how to consume and apply and get success from what they've purchased. This is similar to like if you were to buy like, I don't know, a thing of protein and on the back it's like, take during these times with these things, with this food but not that food, during this, you know what I'm saying? Set your alarm for these. Does that make sense? We're guiding them through success. They have the thing, but they're like, Stephen, I don't know everything you know. How do I use it so I can get the outcome? I'm like, oh, here's how you do it. And so what we'll do is these 3 to 5 day consumption series. And we're basically, it's a new email every day saying, okay, remember I said you get this, here's where it is, and here's how you use it. Click here and it'll walk you through specifically how to get that result very quickly. And like, oh, cool. The next day, okay, and here's the second thing I said you're gonna get. Here's how to use it, here's where it is, and here's how you go and you get success with it really, really quick so you can get more money in your business, right? And I walk through each part of the product one email at a time, one day at a time. And that's awesome. You can do that, set it and forget it, okay? The second thing that you need to have, which is a little micro system, you gotta have a way for customer service. Even if you have the most bulletproof product on the entire market, there's gonna be questions. I lost my login, right? I don't know if this happens. Can I use it for blah, 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 right? Even Disney, who's an incredible, I love Disneyland, okay? I love Disneyland, all right? I'm a closet Disneyland freak. But the reality is, like, they have bad reviews, or they have people who have questions. They have people who didn't have a great experience during this and that. There's just things that you can't be bulletproof against. And so set up a ticketing system. And so we have a ticketing software, and because of that, this also is one of the reasons why I'm allowed to make money in my sleep. I got a little gift for you here. I love automated systems that sell. It's so fun. They're not that hard to set up when you have a little guide. So I got a free gift. Go to internetlaunchsecrets.com. The link is in the description and in the comments. And what it'll show you how to do is exactly how we set up these automated make money in your sleep machines on the internet, so you can make money and not be the business yourself. I know you'll love it. It's a free presentation. Go to internetlaunchsecrets.com.